Hi, everybody.
Hi.
Welcome to our Monday night patching party. I'm Tracy Flintoff, and my amazing friend Joy Markham is with me from Maui tonight. And we're going to share with you some pretty amazing information that certainly has made a difference in our lives and the lives of a lot of other people that we are aware of too. And it's truly um, remarkable to get to share this with people. Because what we're talking about tonight is something you've probably not heard of yet, because most of our doctors, practitioners don't yet know about this, but it is phototherapy and it is pretty revolutionary. It's really ahead of its time. And what we're talking about doing for the body with phototherapy is powering up our cells, helping our energy, our mental clarity, our performance, our recovery, our ability to just live our best life and feel really good. But before we get into this cutting edge technology, I'm going to take you back a little bit here. And you might know these two fellas, really the inventors of a lot of science in our country, Albert Einstein, Thomas Edison, and they were both very progressive, that they were talking about the future of medicine and looking at natural alternatives in frequency being used. And Thomas Edison talking about the future doctors would really focus more on prevention of a disease as opposed to just administering medications and pills. And how refreshing would that be, right? Well, fast forward to today, and look what we're talking about. We're talking about this futuristic medicine world about more than just treating illness. It's about unlocking the body's innate ability to heal itself the way it was designed to do. And that's what we're going to share with you tonight is the way that you can allow your body to repair, regenerate, rejuvenate, and prevent. So before we get too far, real quickly, we are not medical doctors. We are not here to diagnose or prescribe any illness treatment. We always want you working with your medical professionals. And what we're sharing tonight is purely for informational purposes only. And we're talking about the power of light. And practitioners all around the world are talking about and utilizing light in different forms to make change in the body. Red light therapy, laser, infrared saunas, MRIs, so many different things out there that are harnessing the power of light to make change in the body. And what we're talking about tonight is even better than that because it doesn't have a power cord. And it's just a really beautiful, simplistic little tool. But I want to tell you about why this company has invested 10 years of research in the stem cell arena. And it has to do with this decline of those cells in our body over our lifetime. And the reality is we get older, the faster we age and the slower we heal. And it all has to do with a decline in our body's number one repair system, and that would be stem cells. And when we're age 30, you can see this newborn over here, that chart, they're off the charts here on those healthy, regenerative, preventive, reparative cells that formulate that little baby's body. That's how they begin in utero. But as they age, they start to decline. And I'll mind you, when we're a young kid, we might fall off the bike and scrape up our knee and we heal really quickly. The next day we're back out there playing. But, when we're in our 30s, we've lost about half of them. Things aren't working as quickly as they were. When we're age 60, we have less than 10% of those active repair cells in our body. When you're 80, you're down to like 2 to 3%. But what we're talking about tonight is the best kept secret because it's safe and it's affordable way to change the trajectory of aging. And what we're talking about is a wearable light technology, and it allows your body heat to activate and help turn on those repair cells. So that is pretty life-changing stuff. And we've got a video here for you to let you learn a little more.
Light, an ancient form of energy that goes back to the dawn of time. For us, it all begins with the sun, the source of light and life for our entire solar system. Even Einstein concluded that everything we're made of contains light. All life originates with the sun through photosynthesis. Plants and vegetation collect the light, and all living creatures emit light. Humans actually emit infrared light, which can be seen with night vision devices. We've known for centuries that light has many effects on the body. LifeWave's phototherapy patches use light to stimulate the body's natural healing systems, providing specific health benefits. Here's how the technology works. First, a patch is applied to specific points on the body. Where the patch covers the skin, infrared light emitted from the body is reflected back into the tissue. This stimulates the skin, which in turn stimulates specific regions of the brain. The brain then taps into the body's own natural flow of energy and the ability to heal itself. Let's take a look at why this is important on a cellular level. For example, a number of our patch products help counteract free radicals, oxygen molecules that damage cell proteins and contribute to visible signs of aging. When the body is stimulated through phototherapy to release its own antioxidants, these free radicals are neutralized naturally. LifeWave phototherapy patches promote an environment that enables the body to optimize its restorative powers and provide specific health benefits, all without the use of harmful drugs or chemicals, all helping you to stay healthy and young. To find out more, contact your distributor or visit lifewave.com. LifeWave. Live long, live well.
Ah, such great information. Such an amazing invention. This was originally invented 20 years ago for the US Navy SEALs. They were pushing their bodies and really dealing with some difficulty in their recovery and their joy and happiness. They were actually finding themselves with depression and anxiety. And this was commissioned by David Schmidt, or by the US Navy, I should say, and asked David Schmidt, the owner and inventor of this company who developed all of this, to do that for them. And then after the Navy SEALs, it ended up in the hands of some pretty well-known athletes. And a lot of them consider this their secret sauce. They say secret because they don't always want their competitors to know what they're doing to win all the medals in the Olympics in Beijing, like Michael Phelps or Tom Brady playing so many years into his late career. He could have never done it without the patches, he says. And Serena and Venus Williams, a number of athletes. But in 2019, history was made when the X39 patch, that's really the flagship product of this company, was created. It activates dormant GHK copper peptide in your body. It's a fountain of youth trigger. And when you have enough of that reactivated, it brings back dormant repair cells. So pretty big thing, and does so many good things for the body. We're talking rapid pain relief, reducing inflammation, wound healing, skin, energy, recovery, mental clarity. I certainly noticed that really quickly as I was going through my change of life season. We're talking about age reversal technology, and we're improving sports performance without chemicals, no stimulants, no drugs, no side effects. That's what I love, is nothing is entering the bloodstream or the body. We're talking a reflection of light. You go outside and you feel really great, not sunshine, right? That's happening on the inside of our bodies when we put these patches on. Same exact concept. This is a privately held company, and they do have over 200 patents in the US on age reversal technology. And we have a great website, startx39now.com, and it is full of information that you can share with other people, or you can go and get more information for your own self. Patents, 90 plus clinical trials on here. Hot tip, you might want to just read the conclusion at the end. Some of those studies are really lengthy, but if you just go to the conclusion, you'll get the gist of them. The age reversal section is my very favorite, highlighted in yellow here, because it shares things like this cardiovascular study where after 6 weeks of wearing X39, the participants lowered their cardiovascular age on average by about 8 weeks. So what that means is for every day you wear the patch, the cardiovascular system actually is acting a day and a third younger. So it is aging in reverse. There's really nothing out there in this world that does something like that. Brain health, pretty remarkable. We're looking at decreasing the brain inflammation. And you can see here in that first session, that is the baseline of a 77-year-old woman. And she's got inflammation and swelling, slowing down blood flow. That is not an optimized brain. That's a sluggish brain. That's probably not remembering where she put her car keys or not really able to balance her checkbook. But the beautiful thing is, after 3 weeks of using the patches, she checks in for that first session. There, it says session 2. That was just 3 weeks. Look at that hot, heated brain with inflammation, how it's changed. That's the body, again, working on repair. So the patch is just a signaling device, a tool, if you will. And then 3 weeks later, the conclusion of that study, it's a perfectly balanced, beautiful brain. So she has improved memory and focus, cognitive function, and partly that is because of elevating the GHK copper peptides. We hear a lot of people talk about improved sleep as well, and it is a game changer. If you're one of those people like me that couldn't fall asleep, this is making such a big difference in helping the body to just relax and slow down. And if the X39 isn't enough for you, we've got a couple other tricks up our sleeve to really ensure you are sleeping well. But what we're talking about are the healthy master cells in the body. And this is showing us on the left here what happens when our body hits these key trigger points in aging. The biggest burst in aging is around age 44. And I'll tell you, that's when I really started to notice things were going south for me. And then again at age 60, I'm going to be 60 in November. And I have to tell you, I just keep feeling better and better, and I don't feel near that age. So it's just a number now that we have these amazing tools. But what we see here on the right is that cell at the top, that is a healthy master repair cell versus a dying cell because of age and stress and toxins and inflammation. Different things cause the decline of these cells, but look at the difference. That is the difference of this beautiful young woman and the older woman. So if we can turn back the hands of time, we can turn back a whole lot of things. And that's what we're going to talk about. And look at this lady. She did just that. In 2019, our friend Marcy Preble found herself living in a recliner chair with 3 types of fast-growing cells. She really didn't think she had much longer on this earth when her naturopath brought her 10 of these patches and told her to put them on 12 hours on, 12 hours off, drink a lot of water. And on day 3, the chemo started coming through her mouth. She was tasting metals and it just was a horrible taste, but she knew something good was happening because she was detoxifying, getting that bad stuff out of the body. And then it starts coming out through her back. But look at her. She just gets better and better. And she's 5 years now in complete remission from fast-growing cells of the breast, the lymph, and a very aggressive skin cancer that never goes into remission. But we're talking about age reversal. And you can see when the inside gets younger and more beautiful, it becomes reflected on the outside. You know, a lot of us, we might buy creams and put things on our faces to try and get us looking better, but that's not really what matters. What matters is the interior health of your body. Dr. Harmon here, baseline before using the patches, and it is just really declining in his age. You can see him. He looks tired. He looks old, wrinkled, and gray. But this is the same man. This is not Photoshop. This is Mother Nature turning back the hands of time. This lady here, Mandy, look at her. Starts out looking like grandma and becomes like the image of a granddaughter, right? That's huge. We're talking about changes in the body for things that you can't always see, but you sure can feel. Spine pain, bulging discs on the left here, that black disc, that C7 and T1, right between there, you see that disc pushing on that spinal cord, where you see the indentations in that cord. That's that term bone on bone. That is just pain. That's not fun. That's probably headaches and low range of motion and just not living the best life. But look at this, is the same patient here a few months later utilizing the X39. They have since figured out how to accelerate that repair by adding a couple other key patches, which we'll talk about in just a minute. Curvature of the spine, look at that young lady, it's straightened out. Her body did that. Again, the patch is just a tool in about 4 weeks there. Skin repair, whether we're talking about tightening a décolleté, filling in varicose veins, remodeling a birthmark, cystic hormonal acne. Look at that. That's 6 weeks for her. Those are changed lives, all of them right there. I know they feel better about themselves. We like to say this is better than Botox. Certainly better because we're only putting goodness in the body and there's really nothing going in the body. We're just making everything in the body better. And that décolleté there, huge change. Look at that head of hair. That's just 5 weeks for him. And these are people that are certainly getting better. You can just see they look not only better, smoother skin, happier, more joy, but look at their eyes. I think every one of these has a change, an energy in their eyes. And that's a big game changer. These aren't just for our pets. Last night we had a special um, Zoom call with some veterinarians and animal practitioners. And that was really fun for me to learn from. And they're talking about racehorses and Arabian horses that were injured, and they're putting patches on them, cats and dogs. We had a dog trainer on there, and we had animals that shouldn't still be here on this earth. Not only are they still here, they're acting like puppies and kittens. They're living their best life. This is my girlfriend's dog, Brutus the Black Lab, who was blind from diabetes, no pupil. And look at that. These patches regenerated, gave him back his vision. That was a 1 week change. We couldn't believe it. We both cried. And normally, this is where we would do a testimony, but our lady that was going to do that tonight is having difficulty getting on. So I just thought in the last few weeks, I have had several of my personal friends text me, oh, wait a minute, I spoke too soon. I think we do have our testimony that is just joined. I'm going to stop sharing the screen. And if Sherry, are you there? Are you able to unmute yourself and tell us about what you were dealing with before these patches came into your life and how you're doing now? What have you noticed different? I saw her. She was there. Okay, I'm going to continue with what I was first going to do. I'm going to read you just a few, my girlfriends and people, they send me texts all the time and I just love them. And I paste them into a little notepad. So this is my friend Barb. I just got this weekend. Hi there. I just thought you'd like to know I have been doing patching on my foot. She has got plantar fasciitis. And anytime we have one of those itises in our body, that is signaling a storage of toxins, and the toxins settle in on joints and on nerves. And she asked me just a few days ago if I could help her with her plantar fasciitis, and I told her 3 different patches to use, put them right on her foot. And she said, I've been patching for 3 days and I've already had incredible results. I am actually shocked. So that is fun when you can help a friend who's been struggling with this for a really long time, and the doctors hadn't been able to help figure her out. And in 3 days of wearing what looks like a Band-Aid, here's my friend telling me, her plantar fasciitis is already responding to the patches. That is a game changer and priceless. But Sherry, would you like to tell us about your experience?
I'm sorry, you can't see me, can you?
No, we see your little camera picture, but we're not seeing you.
Yeah, well, anyways, 3 years ago now, right, Tracey?
Yeah, this is
We
actually my
started
mom.
we started these patches and we didn't understand much about them, but she said to wear them here, wear them there. And I had just finished having a cancer in my breast. And the doctor told me it was very new and I didn't have to have any more treatment unless I wanted radiation and chemicals. And I said, no, I don't. And so anyway, that has just proven to be great. I had a knee surgery a knee replacement on my left knee. My right knee, I was supposed to have that one done 3 years ago. And because of using the patches, the stem cells have gone there and healed it up. I don't have the pain that I used to have. I don't have to go get the shots in my knee twice a year like I had to do. And you just forget about it when you don't have pain. You just forget. And I'm just healthier all the way around.
That's awesome.
That's all I can think of to say tonight.
Okay. Thank you, Sherry.
You're welcome, Joy.
Never get tired of hearing these things, especially when they come from your own family. I mean, to watch my mom's journey, she also had COPD of her lungs and got put on that sleep apnea machine for 7 years. This summer, they had her do a new sleep study, and guess what? The pulmonologist told her, you do not need that sleep machine anymore because you don't have sleep apnea anymore. It is gone. I mean, how many people get that kind of news from their doctor? Priceless, priceless, I tell you. These are exciting things, and we just love to be on the journey with people. Thank you for sharing. I'm going to turn it over to Joy now, and she's going to tell you how you can get your hands on these amazing patches.
Hello, everybody. So you can get the X39, which is what we've been talking about tonight, for a retail value of $149.95 for a 30-day supply. We like to actually have people get them wholesale, however, like a membership at Costco, for $99.95 for a 30-day supply. X39, it actually signals your body to create GHK copper peptide, which then regenerates your body's pluripotent repair cells. And it's the master healer of the body. I recommend everybody use this one if they're not going to use any others. This is like the one patch that everybody, I believe, needs. And it's done amazing things for me. It completely transformed my brain after I was, had a concussion and wasn't able to drive or look at electronics bigger than my phone or work for over 5 years. And, Tracey gave me these amazing Band-Aids, and it took me 6 weeks to actually try them because they look like a little Band-Aid. And when I did, it made amazing results. The X49 actually helps with bone health. It helps with organ health. It helps with us to have protection from EMF. It helps recovery from exercise faster and helps change fat to muscle faster. And it's just another great patch that it works optimally with X39 when they are used together.
Captive.
Next slide, please. So the other patches, we call them support patches. Eon, we actually recommend that people start out with the X39 and the Eon together because they work synergistically together. The Eon helps lower the inflammation in the body, and that allows the stem cells to go directly towards repair instead of being eaten by the inflammation in the body. It also is a fantastic patch for stress relief. And so they call it the happy patch. It is available along with these other ones for $79.95 retail for a 30-day supply, and they can be purchased wholesale for $49.95 in a package. And then when you buy 3 or more, mix and match, they can continue to be $49.95. The Ice Wave is a pain blocker. It actually interrupts the nerve signal of pain in our body. And it's a 2-patch system. So you get 30 patches in a package, but it's 15 uses. Alavita actually is the second most powerful patch and helps regenerate our collagen in our body. It helps decalcify your pineal gland. It helps with joint lubrication and ligament and tendon health. It helps with sleep. and helps actually lengthen our telomeres, which are a direct correlation of our health and wellness and longevity. Next slide, please. So there are a variety of other different patches that you can get, and they're listed here. I've actually dropped an information sheet on the different patches and what a brief description of what they each do into the chat. There's also an order form and a form for you to fill out so that you can keep track of what's happening in your body and where you started and then where you are now. And there's also a what to expect in the next several days. They also have aloe vera creams that go along so that it works with the patches to work from the outside in and the inside out. These are the different wholesale packages that we have available. The one that we recommend for a single person generally is the core pack. It's $2.95. And if you're a couple or a couple of people, the advanced pack would work for you. That's $5.35. And then there's a premium pack that if you have a large family, or if you are a practitioner or something, or going to be selling them retail, that one is the one that you would want to do. We also suggest that you get on a monthly subscription order because consistency is what makes these patches work best. And I don't know about you, but I forget when a month has gone by. So like I have all my bills set up on auto bill pay, and I have my monthly order set up so that it can just come to me and I can have everything that I need to continue and be consistent without any breaks in use. LifeWave has a water machine that they're coming out with shortly soon that I'm super, super excited about. And it will have light infused water. It's a new type of water that's never been seen before that does something with the hydrogen. I don't understand all the scientific things, but it actually puts light into your cells. And the light in our cells help our mitochondria work better. And just function way better. Some of the studies that are coming out with people who have used this light infused water are actually quite amazing. Like I've heard of a bone repairing within a few days, and biomarkers changing within seconds to a few minutes. And I'm just super excited to get this water machine and start utilizing it and using it on a daily basis. Next slide, please. Every Monday and Tuesday night, we're here to serve you at 6 p.m. Pacific time or 3 p.m. Hawaiian time, which is where I am. And here's the link for that, the code. And then Wednesday nights, Marcy does a Zoom patching party at 4 as well. On Tuesdays, we actually do, as well as the intro, we do a deep dive on some specific topic. And I believe this week's topic is, why my patches aren't working, or let's see, can't remember.
It's actually
exactly.
why you might think they're not working.
Why you might think they're not working.
Don't
Yes.
always feel it. We're going to give you some good insight. And then we're also talking about why so many people are switching to patches. And we're going to look at the contrast of patches versus modern day medicine.
Perfect. Thank you, Tracy. Next slide, please. So how do you get these patches? What do you do next? Well, there's an order form in the chat, and then also get back to the person who invited you here. We're also going to have a question and answer session when we're done here, where you can ask questions. We can help curate a package for you if you like. And then, try the X39 and the Eon for at least 90 days, because, the recommendation is that we wear them for 1 month for every decade that we're old. And that's to get to the repair stage. So it's taken a long time for our bodies to get where they are. And it takes a while for our bodies to actually reverse that as well. So we highly recommend that you continue to wear the patches on a regular basis. and that you invite other friends and family to see this Zoom podcast and have health and wellness as well. These patches are a wellness product under FDA regulations. And so the company is not able to actually advertise what they do to or for you. And so they rely on us to actually do these meetings or share these with other people and give us a thank you check for doing so. I feel like I have a social responsibility to share because they made such a huge difference in my life and gave me back functionality. And I feel guilty when I do not share them with other people. So what kind of a life do you want to have? I know for me, I want quality of life, and that I am actually reverse aging and getting younger every day. And I'm excited about that. I'm excited about my health and wellness that continues as I wear these patches. And next slide, please. So take back your light, bring it back into your body with these patches, and live a better quality of life. Next slide, please.
I think that's it.
Thank you, Tracey.
Yeah, good job. Well, we're so happy to have you tonight. And we will be back again, like Joy said, tomorrow night at 6 o'clock for the intro. Then we do question and answer, and then we go into the deep dive. So we hope you'll come back. I'm going to go ahead and stop the recording, and then we'll answer any questions.
Thank you, Tracey.